Hello, welcome to Geeky Hijinks, home of the Mischief Makers, and today we're looking at the Advent Calendar. It's December, the most festive time of the year, and what's the best way we can kick it off? With a Shudder film, of course, but is this going to be the present of a lifetime, or a gift from hell? Now, being December and Christmas around the corner, I had a thought. Now, in my previous review, if you didn't see it, PG was whisked away to the North Pole by the beauty and magic of my voice. I don't know why, but while he was there, I had a thought. I thought to myself, hey, if he tracks down Santa Claus, he can get a drop back in his sleigh, and me and Santa Claus, we can have the YouTube event and collaboration on livestream of a lifetime. Talking of which, let's see how PG's doing. PG, can you hear me?
Hello, sir.
So how's the North Pole?
Well, actually, sir, it's pretty scary out here. I'm pretty sure I'm being followed.
It's probably your imagination. Look, just find Santa Claus, get him to drop you off in his sleigh, but also make sure he stays here long enough that we can have a live stream for the YouTube event of the year, of the decade, of the century, of a lifetime. I can get about 1 billion subs on this if I get it right. Can you do that for me?
Not really.
That's my guy. What's this? There's a note.
Dear Geeky Hijinks, season's greetings to you. I feel terrible of how I've treated you this year, and I wish to make it up to you with a gift. Please take this advent calendar as a peace offering. This advent calendar shall bring you nothing but good fortune, so open the first window and every time you hear it ding, open another. Best wishes, Snugglepuss. P.S. Wait, maybe I shouldn't have put that part there. Please ignore that.
Snugglepuss sent it. Not a very trustworthy guy, but you know what? It's Christmas. People can change. Let's have a little look. Let's see. He says to open number 1 to get the advent calendar going. So let's just take this out. And what does this one say? It says, "Fix up, look sharp." It's pretty good. Haha, pretty cool. This advent calendar is going to be a lot of fun, I can tell. Anyway, without further ado, what's this film about? So the advent calendar is directed and written by Patrick Ridgemont and starring these people. Just going to pause here for a second so you can soak it all in. And we'll move on. So the advent calendar is about a girl called Eva. She's an ex-dancer and she's now living in a wheelchair, unable to walk. Her lifelong friend Sophie comes around for Christmas and gives her an old wooden antique advent calendar, and she realises that each window contains a surprise that triggers repercussions in real life. Some of them are good, but some of them are bad. But will Eva have to choose between getting rid of the calendar or walking again, even if it causes death around her? Now the first thing I'll say when I switch this film... Oh, 1 second, time for another chocolate. What's this one say? Subs. Almost got 2 million subs. Oh my god, this is the best gift of all time. You're coming with me everywhere. Anyway, as I was saying, as soon as this film started, I was in safe hands because Shudders, as you've seen for the last month, weren't good to me. But when I put this on and this started, I was the happiest guy in the world, and don't get me wrong, Universal can make flops, but knowing this was behind a Shudder film, it gave me hope. But I'm going to jump ahead just a little bit and let you know, this is a film you should definitely watch, because I enjoyed this, surprisingly enough, quite a bit. And here's why, starting off with what I liked. So the first thing I liked about this film, come on man, got a review to do, as much fun as this is. What's this one say? We've made a video. I've uploaded something apparently. No, what's happening? I like Tom Holland. He's not my favourite Spider-Man, but I don't dislike the guy. I can't even take this off. Oh my god, I lost all my subs. This isn't good. Anyway, as I was saying, the first thing I liked about this film is it's set in France So you need subtitles if you are going to watch this. But I love films that are set in different countries to give us their take on horror, whether it be in Korea, Japan, Russia. Actually, not Russia. Russia's pretty messed up. But I love French horror films. I think the last one I watched was Candisha, and that was okay. It wasn't the best, but I liked that it was a different setting in a different location. It wasn't like British, it was an American, so it gave me something completely different. The film also looks really, really good, and I say it every single week, whether it's bad or good, but Shudder films look really, really good. And this film, everything from its sound design, the effects, the music, the way the cinematography, it all comes together to give you what I would like to call a cinematic experience. Like, this film could come out in the cinema and I would go to watch it. And even the main character, she's really, really likable. And a funny story, when I went into this film, I saw the poster and I thought, oh, okay, she's sitting on a swing. And then I watched the film and I realised, oh yeah, that's actually not a swing at all, it's a wheelchair. But she's really likable. From the moment you meet her, you can see that, like, she's a nice girl, she's attractive, but everyone sort of judges her based on her being in a wheelchair. Her boss isn't good to her, her co-workers aren't nice. Like, she meets guys and they think, oh, she's pretty, but then they see she's in a wheelchair and they're like, oh, well, not so much. And when she goes into bars and restaurants, everyone looks down on her, not because she's in a wheelchair, but because they're an inconvenience to her. So you're on her side from the very start. And when Eva does find this antique advent calendar, and then good things happen, then the bad things happen, you're on her side. And then as it goes on, you kind of question her decisions and why she's doing this. But it adds a bit of depth to her character, and even though she does some messed up things, you're still on her side. And I like all the side characters do. Like, this is a well acted film. There's no dodgy, corny acting here. Sophie, her friend, I liked a lot. Her love interest that comes into it midway, I do like him too. So all the characters, not one of them is annoying. They all had their parts to play. So again, a very enjoyable experience acting wise. And the premise is amazing. Like, we've seen Halloween, we've seen Black Friday, we've seen all these horror films based on holiday themed things, like for example The Vigil, that's a great horror film. Black Friday just came out, and the advent calendar, like, I don't think that's been done before. Where an advent calendar, you're like, what, again, with the advent calendar, when you see it and our friend Sophie gives it to her, I'm thinking, wow, you must really hate Eva, even though they are good friends. But when I first saw this, I was like, it's clearly, like, if someone gave it to me, I'd be like, why do you want me dead? Because this is a clearly cursed advent calendar. But I love that premise of an advent calendar, that if you destroy it, you're dead. If you don't eat the chocolate or do what it says on each day, you're dead. So it's filled with dread for the moment it arrives in our home. It has like It Follows and Drag Me to Hell vibes, because with Drag Me to Hell, obviously she was trying to get away from being dragged to hell, so she's doing all these things. Advent calendar is kind of similar, where each day she has to do many things like that to not get killed essentially by whatever's causing the issues with the advent calendar. And with the It Follows, when you watch that film, if you've ever seen It Follows, that's a really good horror film too. That's essentially the same sort of feeling where you never feel comfortable, you never feel safe, like you know that at any moment something will get you if you're not paying attention. And other things I liked, oh no. Shrink. No! Other things I liked was the ambiguity at the very end, and that's not a spoiler because I'm giving nothing away in this review at all. Like I mentioned, everything that's going on right now has nothing to do with the film. It's just crazy things that are happening to me. But at the very end of the film, I was very satisfied, and that's very rare for these days for me to get to the very end and be happy with the ending. And the kills were fun too. Nothing too crazy. I would have liked a bit more gore to what this film actually was, and there are some very dark moments, don't get me wrong, but I wanted a bit more, like there are some deaths and you're like, I wish I'd seen that. It sounds sick when I say it out loud, but you know what I mean. So what didn't I like? Now there isn't much I didn't like apart from this stupid calendar. Please. Please. Switch. Nintendo. Oh, how'd I get here? It's freezing.
Oh, I'm out of the cold. This chair feels nice.
PG, get out of my chair.
No, I don't think I will, sir. It's cold out there, and I want to start my new YouTube channel. Hello there, I'm PG from PG Hijinks, home of the biscuit makers, and today we're looking at bourbon biscuits.
Oh, screw this. Return. Yay, I'm back in the room with this thing. Anyway, as I was saying, things I didn't like were very minuscule. The first thing was the antagonist, the thing behind the advent calendar. I'm trying to be as vague as I can, but in my opinion, the calendar was a villain in its own. Like, you didn't need to see what was pulling the strings. Like in Final Destinations, you don't need to see death. Like, the ominous presence of it chasing you was enough. Now, when Eva opens the first door, you see it, and that was a mistake, because it doesn't look great. It looks like one of those shows where they kind of do prosthetics and then they put it out for the judge to judge, but it's not one of the good ones. It's kind of the ones that would get through that round, but they would get like a 5 out of 10 from the judges. It looks like that. It's kind of like a Hellraiser mixed with an Uruk-hai from Lord of the Rings. That kind of look to it. And when you see it, yeah, it's there. It's just not scary. And for me, the calendar, it was more than enough to carry this film. And this one isn't so much things I didn't like. It was more like, was that intentional? Because there is a death that involves a dog and a car. That's not the dog being killed by the car. Again, no spoilers. But someone dies in a car. And there's a dog involved. And I burst out laughing. Was the effect that the film wanted to have on me? Because it is. It's a thing I liked. But I don't think it was. I think it was meant to be quite horrifying. But for me, I found it hilarious. But there's one thing in particular that affects most Shudder films. I mention it every week. And that's the length. This is an hour and 40 minutes. This should have been maybe an hour and a half, hour and 25 minutes. Because near the beginning and the end, really good. And there's a little part, maybe towards the end of the second act, it loses you a little bit. It kind of drags. It takes a while to get going again. So it's a really strong start. Doesn't mess around. Gets straight into it. Gets to the middle, and then it kind of just stops for a second. And it does bore me a little bit, that tiny part. Such a nitpick, by the way. But when you watch this film, you'll know exactly what I mean. There's towards the end of the second act, you're just thinking, oh no, please, don't lose it now. Luckily, it picks itself back up towards the end, so it ends on a high, begins on a high. It's just that middle part is a Overall, guys, this was a film. No more. What else do you want from me? Watch Aquafina on the loop. No.
What is it? Shang-Chi. Shang?
Yeah.
You changed your name from Shang to Sean?
That was horrible. Overall, guys, this film was a blast. From the moment the film started to the very end, I had a really good time. And even that little lull moment in the middle doesn't last too long, doesn't affect it too much, but once you get past it, you're back on track. I love the characters, the acting's great, the way the film looks is fantastic, the way it sounds, the sound design, the music is also good, and the premise is what I like the most. The advent calendar, each story, it's so simple and effective, yet it's never been done before. So this is a film that I'm going to watch again. I'll watch again this weekend with my girlfriend. And this is a film I recommend you watch too, because you will have fun. I'm not hyping it up too much at all, because this is just a decent horror film. Like, it just came out in the cinema now. Most people will like it. And the fact it's coming out on a streaming service on Shudder. If you have Shudder, great, go check it out. If you haven't, I'm really sorry, because you are really missing out. It's such a fun one. But check it out sometime when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray, however you can get it. But definitely make sure you check it out. But on that note, I'm going to give the advent calendar 3.5 out of 5 geeky coins. So guys, that was my review of... My god, he's back.
Hello, my child. I am Shudder Biscuit.
Yeah, I know who you are. You came here last time.
I appear to those who give a Shudder film more than 3.5 out of 5 geeky coins.
I'm pretty sure it was 4 out of 5 geeky coins that you're only meant to appear.
That is true, but if I was to wait for you to give a Shudder movie 4 out of 5 geeky coins, I would outlive your grandchildren.
Yeah, that's true. So that means if you come with a cookie...
That is correct. Here, have a cookie in the shape of a bumblebee.
Thanks. This is awesome. Wish all Shudder films are good. Oh yeah, Shudder Biscuit, can you do me a favour? I was sent this earlier from a good friend of mine, and it's caused me nothing but problems. Can you try and do something with it?
Yes. This is definitely full of dark magic. We must destroy it.
No, Shudder Biscuit, you can't destroy it. It says on the back, if you destroy it, Aquafina will come out and try and sell me timeshare.
What are you talking about? That's a movie. This is real life. You can trust me.
Okay, go ahead.
Snap.
Hey, things are back to normal. Thanks. Where'd he go? Anyway guys, that was my review of the Advent Calendar. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Was it a snooze fest? Or the greatest film you've ever seen? Comment in the comments to let me know, because I genuinely am interested. And if you like this video, drop me those likes, because it always does help. But until next time, stay out of trouble.
That cretin's probably having the worst day of his entire life. What's this? Well, down the hatch. So what does it say? Who let the dogs out?